Counting on and 19 kids and counting alum Jim Bob Duggar lost income from TLC thanks to Josh Duggar. And it happened twice. The first time, it happened when the news arrived that he had molested some of his sisters. The second time came after Josh was arrested and found guilty of possessing child pornography. Now insiders suggest that the family is feeling the pinch and a crash crisis looms. Josh took his case to trial, and that's not cheap when it comes to financing a legal team. Subsequent appeals also cost a lot of money. TLC fans can only presume that his dad helped to fork out that funding for his oldest son. Jim Bob Duggar isn't likely to land any new reality TV shows. After all, even if he did, who would watch it? Many people seem to have lost interest in watching the girls fall pregnant and have more babies. And hardly anyone is rooting to see more of the patriarch on a counting on sort of show. TLC fans are aware that the Duggar family is involved in flipping homes and renovations. In fact, there is good money to be made. But the family is very close-knit. If, for example, Jason Duggar loses the lawsuit for allegedly contracting for work fraudulently, who will pay for those lawyers and potentially a bad outcome? According to a source who spoke with In Touch Weekly, there is some sort of cash crisis looming for the family. The outlet reported that Jim Bob Duggar's family is not in a good place financially. They cited their informant as saying, when In Touch Weekly shared the news on Instagram, Counting on fans took to the comments to discuss the new information. Here are some of their comments. I am sure they are doing okay. Still, don't they have cell towers or their land that they rent out? Oh freaking boohoo. I guess the whole buy used and save the difference thing didn't really work out for them that well after all. Time for Michelle to be putting in some applications. Yet on his show he lectured so much about financial responsibility and always stretching a dollar so you have money. Counting on alums Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar have been friends with many families from their church over the years. Some of them even had their own TV show, such as The Bates Family. Jim and Bobby Holt are also longtime pals of the Duggars. However, they recently got into trouble with the law, resulting in them losing custody of their children. Keep reading to see what happened. Jim and Bobby spoke about their relationship with the Duggar family in the documentary, Shiny Happy People, Duggar Family Secrets. According to the married couple, they were once good friends with Jim Bob and Michelle. Jim and Jim Bob's relationship goes way back to middle school. But Jim and Bobby revealed that they began to distance themselves from the Duggars since Josh's CSM arrest. Additionally, at the time they learned about the scandal, Josh was allegedly dating their oldest daughter. March 30, 2003, when we found out, I went out to the field and just bawled, Jim added. According to reports, Jim and Bobby Holt have lost custody of some of their two minor children after an Arkansas judge deemed the parents unfit. In April 2023, Boybe filed an order of protection against her husband to protect her 11 children. But she eventually dismissed the petition in December 2023. Jim and Bobby's son, Spencer, then filed for emergency guardianship for 3 of his siblings in January 2024, citing abuse. According to reports, Jim has engaged in severe physical and mental abuse of the minor children, and Spencer and his older siblings were witnesses and have also experienced the same thing when they were younger. The court believed that Bobby enabled Jim's abusive behavior towards their children by dismissing her petition last year. As a result, both parents lost custody of their 2 younger minors. Reports also state that Spencer and Christian have taken actions to alienate their siblings from their parents. On September 26, the court granted the petition for Christian to be the guardian of the 2 children. Despite the claims, Jim and Bobby continued to defend themselves. They said that some rules were broken throughout their trials. One of them was how the 2 orders of protection were consented to without an evidentiary hearing being held. However, it seems the 2 can't do anything about the court's decision. They were also asked to continue child support for the minor children. When Jim Bob and Michelle became leads of 19 kids and counting, Duggar News followers didn't know much about them. But as their popularity skyrocketed, they became one of the most successful families to come out of TLC. But everything has an expiration date, and Josh Duggar ended up jeopardizing a lot of things for the big family. It happened when TLC decided to pull the plug on airing the show after Josh Duggar's bone-chilling crimes disgusted the nation. Since then, everyone has wondered how Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar have been bringing in the big bucks to support their big family. It looks like things aren't that stable for them, as they are going through a financial setback. As Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's family consists of 19 kids, TLC was heavily spending on them for bringing in the audience. As mentioned, Duggar News followers know that they have become one of the most popular families on the network. However, once TLC canceled the show, Jim Bob began to suffer a heavy loss. One of the primary sources of income for the family was gone. Reports say Jim Bob Duggar's current net worth is around $3 million. But it could have been much more by now if Josh Duggar hadn't jeopardized the family's career. At the same time, the felon's legal team must definitely be charging Jim Bob a fortune. Reports reveal that the Duggars are indeed going through an intense financial crunch. Duggar News followers know that the family has become quite infamous in the past few years. It's all because of Josh Duggar's scandals, especially his arrest for possessing CSAM. At the same time, the Shiny Happy People documentary also tarnished their image after fans found out about their orthodox and damaging IBLP lifestyle. A source close to the family has reported that Jim Bob is indeed having trouble in the financial department after many setbacks in the media. They said there is definitely a cash crisis. That's because the family's savings aren't limitless, and not much has been coming in. Moreover, Josh Duggar's court case and Jason's recent lawsuit added to the burden. While none of the Duggar family members have commented on the situation, their absence from the social media and maintaining a low-key profile also gives away that there indeed must be an issue in terms of finance. Some fans pointed out at the irony. They remember how much Jim Bob would teach their kids about financial responsibility.